who is center in your life? Now listen, I want you to have the right people in your life, and there's nothing wrong with honoring your spouse. There's nothing wrong with having a best friend. But really, you know who needs to be center in your life. Our girls are back to school, and I don't know if you've got kids at home. Back to school for kids is a pretty big time because they are transitioning to a new grade, a new teacher, and they're meeting new friends. And Beth and I have loved this over the last week, hearing especially our two younger girls talk about these new friends that they are meeting. And somebody said this, and somebody didn't say this, and we played this. And at this stage in life, their friends are so important to them. And I was thinking about that as I was preparing for this video, thinking about our girls and how friends are so important to them. And it reminded me of a principle that Stephen Covey talks about in one of his books, where you need to identify your center. And for little kids, a lot of times their center are their friends. But honestly, if we're being truthful, as we grow older, that can stay the case, that we focus on others, and other people are center in our lives. And that social aspect, that best friend, it could be your spouse, it could be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your kids, but there is a person that is center in your life. And here's the thing, and Stephen Covey talks about this, it doesn't even have to be a friend that's center in your life. For some people, they are enemy-centric, and their enemy is center in their life. And they may not admit it, they may not realize it, they may not know it happened, but they are consumed with what their enemy thinks of them, whether their enemy is an actual person, or whether it is a fear or insecurity, or some misconception. Here's the point. What is center in your life? As I think about our two youngest that are talking a lot about their friends these days, I'm reminded of how friend-centered they are in their lives right now. So here's my question for you, though. Who is center in your life? Now listen, I want you to have the right people in your life, and there's nothing wrong with honoring your spouse. There's nothing wrong with having a best friend. But really, you know who needs to be center in your life is the Lord, right? Because here's the thing, people are going to let you down. Your pastor is going to let you down. The board's going to let you down. Your spouse is going to let you down. Your kids are going to let you down. We know your enemy is going to let you down, but there's one person that will never let you down, and it's the Lord. And so be reminded of what God thinks about you. If you haven't read Ephesians 1 and 2 in a while, read it, especially Ephesians 1, on who you are in Christ and what God thinks about you. You're an amazing person. And here's the thing, we often get messed up in our personal lives, in our professional lives. Again, whether you work in the secular or whether you work in the sacred, whatever you do, whoever you are, whether you are 5 years old, 25 years old, 75 years old, if you have the wrong person at the center of your life, right, it's going to set you up for disappointment and heartache and failure. Make sure the Lord and the Lord alone is at the center of your life.